quite warm. So from here we keep make sure the feet are touching one another. Take a deep breath in, and we slowly try to touch the floor with the hands. We push bottom back and squeeze the thighs together. We then inhale, lift the hands forward, and we lift the chest. Pull the belly in tight, squeeze the thighs, and we try to let the knees go back. Inhale, raise the arms up, bring the hands together. We do Kali Mudra, 4 fingers. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, take a little bend to the right side. Press into the outside edge of that left foot. One more breath there. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up. Exhale. As you do that, going to step the right leg back down the mat. About 2 distances of your shoulders between your feet, heels in line with one another. And let the arms come out in line with the shoulders. From here we pull forward, forward, forward. Hand arrives just below the kneecap. If it feels too tight down the back of the leg, you can soften that front knee. But try to straighten if it feels okay. We think about the shoulders coming down from the ears, lifting the chest. And this right hip, I'm thinking about peeling it back as much as possible. Pulling the belly button in and engaging the pelvic floor. There's a lot going on in this pose. If you can do just even a couple of those, you're perfect. Nice deep breaths here. You should feel a stretch all the way down the outside edge of that hip and waist. You might also feel it through the underside of that front leg. Inhale, as we lift up, we keep the legs exactly the same and we lean over back. Now we make sure that the hips don't face the front, they face the side, so it's more of a side lean rather than a back arch. And from there, we take a nice lean backwards and we breathe into the waist, the ribs and the armpit here. Inhale, coming up. Take hold of your blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. You can just put a little coffee table or something right in front of you that you can just hold on to. Or you can hold on to the couch, that's fine too. If you want a little bit of support, if you can, you're going to bring the blocks just maybe about a foot further forward than that front foot. From here, we inhale, lift the back leg up. I'm going to make sure my hip bones are in line with one another. So I'm going to drop this right hip in line with the left hip. I'm going to lift the chest. You might find that you need to bend that left knee to make this happen. Totally fine. You might feel okay straightening it. My lower back prefers a little bend in that knee, so if you do what suits you best. I imagine that the crown of my head is being pulled towards the radiator, and my back toe is lifting up and also trying to touch the other wall. So it's like I'm trying to make my body as long as possible. Nice deep breaths there. Bring that foot in and then just hang down over the legs. I like to take hold of the opposite elbow and just swing gently side to side. So good. From here, bring the feet back together again. Inhale, soften the knees and slowly curl up. Raise the arms up. Exhale, we have a little seat again. Utkatasana, or awkward posture as I like to call it. You bring the knees back so you can see your toes. Squeeze the thighs tight, and we try to drop the bottom in line with the knees or a little bit lower. Keep squeezing the thighs together. Nice deep breaths there. Pulling the belly in and lifting the chest up. Inhale, coming all the way back up to the top. And this time you're stepping back with your left foot. I'll just go to the other end just so that my back isn't facing you. And then from there, arms come out in line with the shoulders. Forward, forward, forward. Down just below the kneecap. Inhale, we lift the chest, and this time we're trying to peel that left hip back as much as possible. We lift the chest and pull the belly in. Shoulders down from the ears. Spread the fingers and really reach up. And then looking down for balance and stability. Inhale, slowly coming up. And again, we make sure the hip bones are kind of facing the side wall. And then from there, we take a little lean over the back leg. Some people look to the armpit. I think it feels nicer on the neck to look down to that back heel. Inhale, slowly brings us back up. Take hold of your blocks again. And then blocks a little bit further forward of that front foot. Lift the back leg up. And then from there, drop that left hip bone so that they're in line with one another. Straighten that right leg as much as you can. Lift the left foot now as high as you can without opening the hips. So keeping the hips where they are. And then imagine the crown of the head being pulled towards one wall. The toe really reaching for the other. Barely pulling up into the spine. And take some nice deep breaths there. Remember, if you need to have a bend in that front knee, totally fine. If you need to hold something a little bit higher up, totally fine. Exhale, bring both feet together at the front and hanging over the legs. This time, you're going to bring the hands behind you and either hold hands or take hold of the wrist or take hold of the elbows. Allow the head to drop down. Gently push through the heels and just try to straighten the legs as much as possible. You don't have to go to maximum stretch. Just so that it feels nice. Remember, the point of this yoga practice is just to make your body feel good. Lean a little bit of weight into the toes so the toes start to push down into the floor. Inhale, lift the chest and look forward, and then step that right leg all the way back down the mat. You can fold the side of the mat in, so you've got a double layer to put the knee down on, and inhale, raise up into low lunge. Check that right shin is parallel to the side of the mat. Inhale, raise the arms up. Think about tucking the tailbone under just slightly, pressing the hips forward, and then leaning the torso and the shoulders back. Hopefully getting a nice stretch into the front of that right thigh. Super. Slowly bringing that right hand down, pop the heel of the hand in line with the heel of the foot, and they're about a foot distance apart from one another. You can use your block here as well. Uncurl the mat. You use your block, pop the in line, hand goes on the block, and we do a twisted lunge, inhale, reaching up with that left hand. One block, two block, no block. Wherever you are, you're trying to tuck this hip in towards the center line and dropping this butt cheek low. Pull your belly button away from the thigh, lift the chest, shoulders down from the ears, and reach up. You should feel a nice stretch all the way through this hip and glute. Feels too much, feel free to drop the back knee. And exhale, slowly lower down. Same thing on the other side. We bring that right foot forward. We can fold the left side of the mat over. Left knee goes onto the mat. Make sure that left shin parallel to the edge of the mat. Inhale, raises the arms up. Little tuck under the pelvis. Pull the belly up. Lean the hips forward. Lean the body back. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Remember the option of popping the block underneath if you need. Unfurl the mat, left hand down or block. And inhale, right arm reaches up. Tucking the hip in towards the center line, dropping it down, pushing into that back heel, trying to straighten that back leg. Super, dropping that back knee down. Slowly bring that right foot back. Bring the big toes together, pop the knees wide, and then gently sink your bottom back towards your heels and reach your hands forward. Nice deep breaths there. Inhale, slowly coming up. Nice little shoulder opener here. Left arm reaches up and then reaches to the top of your spine. You take the right hand, you pull it into center and you draw it down. If this feels too much on the thighs, you can pop a block between your legs or a cushion. That might help, or you can come up onto your knees. If you can, it's really nice for your knee health to get used to sitting on your heels and just making sure you've got the flexibility there to do so. Just keeps those quads a little bit longer, which is good. So a nice stretch here. You should feel that all the way down the back of the arm, maybe a little bit into the armpit. Same on the other side. And inhale, coming up, releasing. And we're going to finish the practice today either with seated meditation or Shavasana. So Shavasana, you're going to lie on your back with your palms facing up, or you can take seated meditation like I am going to. I sometimes like to do more of the seated finish rather than lying down if I practice in the morning. But it's all personal preference. Some people like to lie down every time. I just feel when I lie down I get a bit sleepy again. Maybe it's because I've got a baby. Could be that. Could be that. Alright, so I like to put the block just underneath my sit bones. I just feel like it gives me a really nice length to the side of my body. And then from here, if you're seated, you're just going to put the palms face up onto your knees. You're going to keep that chest lifted and the shoulders just drawing down. I like to drop the chin slightly so you feel a nice length through the back of the neck. And you can find a little dot to look at just in front of you, or you can softly close the eyes. And here you're just, whether you're lying down or seated, you're just going to allow your body to be exactly how it is. Remembering that without any changes, your body is perfect today as it is every day. And we change and it moves through things, and we're constantly evolving and adapting. But learning to love and appreciate your body in whatever state it's in is really key to a harmonious relationship with it. Just witnessing the breath going in and the breath leaving the body. And try to keep your thoughts just with your breath. Relaxing the muscles on your face. And take a nice deep breath. If you're lying down, stretch out the arms and the legs and slowly bring yourself back up to seated. Now that we're all seated together, we can slowly open the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back through to chest center. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that practice. I hope you're having a lovely Christmas period and wishing you all a wonderful 2020. Thank you. Namaste.